Hello and welcome to the Pitchside Studio. I'm Sikandar with you, and we'll discuss about how the progress has been and what the pitch has played like and what to expect in the coming 3 days of this first test match. And just have a quick look at the batting card. Bangladesh played for 1 hour and they managed to keep the wickets intact. 27 is what they've managed on the scoreboard after batting for 12 overs. Pakistan tried 3 of their seamers with their spearhead Shaheen Shah Afridi, Naseem and Shahzad sharing overs amongst themselves. That's the match summary after day 2. Pakistan 448 for 6, Bangladesh in reply 27 and the trail by 421. All right, I've got my colleagues or my guests on the show, the Pitchside Studio. I'll welcome them, Arooj Mumtaz and Athar Ali Khan. We'll start with you, Arooj. First, we'll go to Pakistan's progress and the way they set themselves up, 448, and the partnership, the long partnership between the two youngsters.
Well, firstly, you mentioned as well, Saim and Saud put up 98, and it was important that it kept continuing because it almost felt like the template that you want to score big runs, almost pad the opposition out by scoring those big first innings score, and it was required for Mohammad Rizwan then, who was the aggressor in that Saud-Rizwan partnership. In fact, he overtook Saud for his 100, but 240 odd between them, both 141 to Saud, and Rizwan as well remained not out in the end, prolific. And I think that's where Pakistan were comfortable enough, where they got to 440. And they declared after a few blows from Shaheen Shah Afridi, because it was a matter of how much time do they want themselves in terms of picking up those 20 wickets. I think that was the calculation. And after Rizwan picked up that injury, it was a little bit more difficult. Shaheen decided to pull the plug and call them back in.
We talked to Athar Ali Khan. Well, how do you read day 2 as a whole from Bangladesh perspective? 3 wickets fell today and they grabbed them, and then eventually the declaration.
Well, if you look at the end of the day's play, Bangladesh would have hoped for, since Pakistan declared, Pakistan wanted to pick up wickets before the end of the second day's play. That did not happen. So you got to give credit to Bangladesh boys, especially those two youngsters as an opener, Zakir Hassan and Shadman Islam. Only 20 tests among themselves against high quality attack, seam attack, and also on a pitch which has been good for the seamers. I'm just thinking that when you declare and when you don't pick up wickets, what do you go back and discuss in the dressing room for the Pakistan team? But Bangladesh will be happy. Bangladesh will be happy because I also feel there is something for the spinners. I've said that on air, and you saw what Shakib Al Hasan did, and so did Mehdi Hasan Miraj by picking up wicket apiece for both of the spinners. And while doing my pitch report today, I did, to the naked eye, I did see some cracks opening up. And if you see, it has been, in the past, has been very good for batting also. In terms of wickets, seamers have been among the wickets. But when the crack starts to open up, when the pitch gets a little bit more dry as the day progresses, day 3, day 4 and day 5, then not only the spinners, but also the seamers will play a very big part, because if it hits the crack, it can deviate and you can trouble the batters. But Bangladesh will be happy. They'll have a sound sleep tonight for sure, but a lot of work to be done.
Yeah, lots of batting that we saw today and as well yesterday, that Pakistan went piled on 448. Well, of course, we can't leave the show without discussing Saud Shakil and Mohammad Rizwan's batting. And Saud Shakil, of course, the more composed one of the two, because he batted first with Saim and then with Rizwan.
Yeah, when he came out, Pakistan were 3 down, and it was important to then ride out that difficult time. And probably the time when that happened was probably the most challenge the surface has put up so far in the test match. So they played the most difficult situation out with the ball. And as he does in his own fashion, very strong square of the wicket, very strong to the spinners. Just there as well, 32 to his leg side, 21 similar on the offside. And he didn't shy away from his game. He looked in control all the way through, was chanceless innings until that shy from Liton Das, where he was millimeters in, and then a few overs later with that stumping behind. So 141 good runs and a time that Pakistan needed that rebuilding.
I'll bring your attention to his partner, Mohammad Rizwan. You've seen him in the white ball, attacking cricketer, opening batter, but his role over here, 171 not out. How did you read him?
Well, he brings so much value to the Pakistan middle order, because Pakistan middle order has been pretty explosive, and he bats with so much authority. And at times, not conventional, but he's looking to score runs rapidly. He'll take on the ball, it doesn't take a back foot. And when he gets set, and he understands the fact that when the pitch is really good for batting, you can take few chances, and he's taken some calculated risk. He's smashed a couple of sixes in that innings, quite a few boundaries, but 171 on this surface. Remember, 16 for 3 at one stage of the game, Pakistan. It's a monumental innings for him, and they should have that sort of a belief that this is the right kind of total to get Bangladesh back in to face 10 more overs at the end of the day's play. I think it was magnificent to watch him bat.
Okay. Lots to talk about and dissect further into the game. What to expect on day 3. We'll come to that after the break. Welcome back to the Pitchside Studio. Here we are talking about day 2 of this first test match between Pakistan and Bangladesh. And we've been joined by Saim Ayub, who's here. Saim played a brilliant knock of 56, and he was the one who started that partnership off along with
Saud Shakil.
Saud Shakil, of course. And they were 16 for 3 at that time. Thank you for joining us immediately after spending some time out in the sun. First question, of course, you would expect that. The chat with Saud Shakil at that time when Pakistan was 16 for 3, what were you guys discussing?
Nothing much. The plan was just to watch the ball and enjoy the game, enjoy the present moment, and focus on one ball at a time.
And individually, did you feel any pressure? Because you're coming into this circuit, the longer format, it's very early days and there's a lot of expectation, big shoes to fill in. How did you prepare and approach this match, even before the start of it?
I don't focus on the expectations, but yeah, obviously it's the start of my test career, and obviously I feel pressure, and but handling the pressure is what I am challenged, and I try to absorb it and perform in the pressure.
You know, we'll ask him about what changes did he bring to his batting from the shortest format to this, but what impressed you the most about his innings the other day?
I think the most is, as he put into his own words, handling that pressure. In other terms, the temperament that we talk about, the test that we talk about, the different challenges within the game. He came out with the new ball, and Amir Sohail was on commentaries when it was very positive and encouraging about the way Saim handled the new ball, because as a natural, at least it seems like you're more of an attacking style of player. We've seen that in the shorter format as well, where you like to play your shots. But it felt like he restrained himself. He knew what to leave, what balls to play, and he played in a tight box, and he defended as well. He knew where his off stump was. He defended the ball well. And when he felt slightly more comfortable, when he got those 20, 25, then you could see he started using his feet, swept well, and there were some really glorious timed shots down the V. So that was something that was really impressive, because off late, he's become known as more of a sort of, shorter format, big risk taking. So it was nice to see that adaptability in his game.
कितना मुश्किल या आसान था to stop yourself? वो एक डिज़ायर होती है कि मैंने जाना है, I'm going to hit the ball out. उस इनिंग्स में, और ख़ास तौर पर 16 पे 3 आउट थे, कितना मुश्किल था या कितना आसान था?
बिल्कुल मुश्किल होता है, बिकॉज रिएक्ट करने का टाइम आपके पास बहुत कम होता है, एंड समटाइम्स होता है कि आप अनकॉन्शियसली वो चीज़ कर जाते हो जिसके लिए अपने आप को रोक रहे होते हो, बट दैट्स द चैलेंज फॉर द टीम के डिफ़िकल्ट टाइम पे आप टीम के लिए कितना लड़ सकते हैं.
सॉलिड डिफेंस भी आपने दिखाया, अच्छा स्ट्रोक प्ले भी दिखाया. ये बताएं कि वक्त के साथ साथ was the wicket getting easier or was it ever difficult? Because हमने जो कलर देखा था और जो घास देखी थी before the start of the match, it was saying something else. पाकिस्तान ने 5 सीमर भी खिलाए, लेकिन जब बैटिंग 1 घंटा 2 घंटा गुजरना शुरू हुआ तो ऐसा लगा कि अब गेंद आ रहा है बल्ले पे.
जब पार्टनरशिप लग जाती है तो थोड़ा इजी हो जाता है दोनों बैट्समैन के लिए, एंड बाहर से भी इजी लगता है कि मैच सिचुएशन हैंडल हो गई है, बट ऑब्वियसली नए बैट्समैन के लिए थोड़ा मुश्किल है, एंड अच्छे बॉल के लिए वैल्यू मिल रहा है बॉलर को. बैट्समैन के लिए एक चीज़ मुश्किल ये है कि उसके शॉट की वैल्यू उसको पूरी तरीके से नहीं मिल रही है, बिकॉज आउटफील्ड इज़ अ लिटिल बिट स्लो. तो जो चौके हैं वो 2s या 3s में कन्वर्ट हो रहे हैं, तो दैट्स डिफिकल्ट फॉर बैट्समैन, बट वंस अ पार्टनरशिप इज़ देयर सो इट्स ईजी फॉर द बैट्समैन.
Would you like to ask?
Just one thing. I mean, I'm sure it's always learning, and you seem the kind of player who wants to learn. Break के बाद पहली बॉल जो बाहर ऑफ स्टम्प के बाहर उसको चेस करते चलेगा. You think that was a lapse in concentration के थोड़ा सा कि नहीं यार अब बॉल आ रहा है बैट पे के, because learning curve ही है. What did you make out of that and what did you learn from that?
I think full length बॉल था, and इस पिच पे आप फुल लेंथ बॉल को अटैक कर सकते हैं एंड शॉर्ट बॉल को भी अटैक कर सकते हैं, बट द गुड लेंथ इज़ अ गुड बॉल, एंड मे बी इट वॉज अ लिटिल बिट लूज ऑफ कॉन्सेंट्रेशन, बट आई वॉच्ड इट एंड आई थिंक उसको बिल्कुल और 100% प्रॉपर तरीके से खेला जा सकता है नेक्स्ट टाइम, सो इट वुड बी अ बेटर.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, आपने जैसे बात की कि was a fuller length was there to be driven, but yes. Now, one final question from you, and that will be a team question. क्या डिस्कशन इस वक्त रहेगा, क्योंकि हमने देखा कमेंट्री बॉक्स में काफ़ी डिस्कस हुआ, गोइंग विद 5 सीमर्स, नो स्पिनर्स, आज 2 विकेट स्पिनर्स ने ली. आपको लगता है कि स्पिनर का रोल आ सकता है आने वाले 3 दिनों में कहीं पर?
बिल्कुल आ सकता है. एंड इट्स अबाउट जब आपको विकेट नहीं मिल रही होती है तो हम रन्स ड्राई कर सकते हैं. उसके प्रेशर से भी बैट्समैन गलत शॉट मारता है. एंड ऐसे तो हमें उम्मीद है कि हमारे जो 4 पेसर्स खेल रहे हैं वो ही सामने वाली टीम को प्रेशर में डालेंगे एंड आउट करेंगे. एंड इफ़ नो देन देखा जाएगा स्पिनर से करवा सकते हैं एंड ड्राई आउट करके भी प्रेशर डाल सकते हैं.
स्पिनर्स की आप बात करें, खुद भी बॉलिंग करा लेता है.
वही तो कह रहा हूँ, फिर वहीं पे वापस इन पे आ जाएगी बात, फिर से एक्सपेक्टेशन पे कुछ ट्राई करना है. बट आई थिंक पीएसएल में जिस तरह से आपने बॉलिंग की थी, ऑफ कोर्स फॉर्मेट डिफरेंट है, लेकिन कॉन्फिडेंस तो होगा कि आई कैन डू समथिंग ओवर हियर.
जी मुझे तो है कप्तान को होना चाहिए.
कप्तान को, उनके पास चॉइस नहीं है, उनको करना पड़ेगा. उनके पास आप हैं, सऊद हैं, आई थिंक सलमान.
इंशाल्लाह नौबत नहीं आएगी.
ओके, चलिए उम्मीद यही करते हैं. भाई, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर जॉइनिंग अस. वी लेट यू रेस्ट एंड you'll have to come back fresh tomorrow.
Thank you.
Uruj, thank you.